A former Summit County deputy charged with stealing thousands of dollars from the sheriff's office, but he claims he didn't do it.
So our 19 investigator Mike Mason is breaking this one for us tonight.
Summit County received a tip that one of their own was bilking them out of tens of thousands of dollars. After an investigation, that deputy was secretly indicted on 12 felony counts. In September of 2021, the Summit County Sheriff's Office hired now former Deputy Marcelo Thomas. He was assigned to work at the jail. Less than 3 years later, records show Thomas was secretly indicted for stealing thousands of dollars from SCSO, not in paper money, but in overtime hours they say he didn't work. According to the report, Thomas stole over 380 hours of overtime between December 2023 and May of 2024. That totals more than $21,000. Investigators say Thomas did this by forging the initials and signatures of his supervisors 57 times. According to investigators, Thomas's cell phone records from last December show he was located nearly 8 miles away from the jail during hours he claimed to be working there. In July, a grand jury indicted Thomas on 12 felony counts, including theft in office, attempted theft in office, and 10 counts of tampering with records. When questioned, Thomas maintained his supervisors did sign off on the overtime, even though they told investigators that wasn't true. Thomas pled not guilty to the charges. We spoke with Thomas, but he didn't want to comment. This past May, he resigned from the sheriff's office while under investigation. On November 5th, he has his second pretrial hearing in Summit County. Mike Mason, 19 News.